the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys. Don't forget, Jeff Kaufman will be here next hour with Law and Disorder. You can get your questions over at 22526. We'll put them in front of Jeff. Hey, Dog, I know we've got a ton of huge football news to get to. Do we want to do the non-football stuff before we get to the overreactions? You run the show here, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it. The Orlando Gritty Gutties, a.k.a. the Orlando Magic, they won last night without the Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, their two leading scorers who both have the exact same injury now. We learned on Friday that the Franz is now out indefinitely with the same exact abdominal injury, the right oblique torn muscle. Same injury Paolo has. He's out, but the Magic won again last night, 115-110 without those guys. And man, these guys, I don't know if they can survive or how long they can survive without Paolo and the Franz, but they did it last night, so good for them.
Undefeated at home, only team in the NBA to be undefeated at home, Dog, and they're still alive in the NBA Cup, although they go to Milwaukee tomorrow night, and it's an elimination game.
How is it that I've never heard of that injury or, not talked about a bunch, and now both of our key players have it?
Yeah. As I told Lentz the other day when we texted, they need to start doing their crunches or something. I don't know what's going on with those oblique muscles down in their stomach, but yeah, unbelievable. Weird that this has happened.
The Franz needs to put on that leather jacket really tight, and it'll keep it together, I think.
Lightning taking care of business yesterday, 4-2 win over Vancouver. The lights just went out for the last time at the F1 desk for the season, Bulldog. Lights out. We go to Abu Dhabi for a season recap as the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix came to an end on Sunday.
We have Lando Norris coming in first, numero uno, in the weekend over the weekend's race,
securing the constructors' title for a McLaren, Bulldog.
By the way, was there some controversy in F1 with a threat made or something by Max
Verstappen? Yeah, Max Verstappen and George Russell were jawing at each other. Max was saying he was going to put Lando into the barrier, and
before we get to the major UCF news, NFL games yesterday and college football. Let's start with the NFL games. The Buccaneers take control of the division again. They beat the Raiders yesterday, 28-13. The Falcons lose. That means the Bucs are now in sole possession of first place in the NFC South. The Dolphins won 32-26 in overtime over the Jets, so their slim playoff hopes are still alive. Even the Jaguars.
What are they thinking winning games at this point, Bulldog?
Yeah, and by the way, that game should have been outlawed. It was so bad. I tried to watch that yesterday. It was Jaguars win. Jaguars win 10-6. Yeah, that was a terrible game. Two terrible teams. Other NFL action. What about Josh Allen?
My God.
Scores 6 touchdowns, 3 running, 3 passing, and the Bills still lose 44-42 to the Rams. That's the first time in the history a player's ever scored 3 rushing and 3 passing touchdowns. The Chiefs continue to have Lady Luck on their side. They beat the Chargers 19-17 on a 31-yard field goal that bumped off the left upright and still went through as time expired. So the Chiefs clinched the AFC West. Those were really the best 2 games. The Vikings 42-21, as I mentioned. The Falcons lose. The Vikings beat the Falcons, so they continue to win.
The Cartoon Bowl is tonight on Monday Night Football.
Oh, that's right. We have the who do we have? The Cowboys and
the Bengals and the Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's the Simpsons alternate broadcast with the Monday night game.
College football playoff pairings.
Bulldog's impressed.
All that stuff where they keep doing these mock shows. I'm like, let's just watch some football, guys.
All right. College football playoffs were announced yesterday. The pairings, and SMU gets into the playoffs. Miami and Alabama got left out. I was glad to see Alabama got left out. SMU, which lost in the ACC championship game to Clemson, they slide in, and now the playoffs are set. Some of the matchups, though. Do you see where some of these matchups are? Notre Dame's hosting a game. Ohio State's hosting a game. Penn State's hosting a game. What's the weather going to be like in those three?
It's going to be football weather, dog.
Right.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, college football playoffs are set. Looking forward to that. Bowl games also were announced yesterday. Bowl games here in Orlando. The Pop-Tarts Bowl. The Hurricanes coming to town to play Iowa State in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Citrus Bowl has South Carolina. Where's my matchups here? Citrus Bowl, South Carolina and Illinois in the Citrus Bowl, or the is that what's it called now? It's
the Cheez-It Bowl, right?
The Cheez-It Bowl.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And then Tulane plays Florida in the Gasparilla Bowl. And the big news over the weekend: Scott Frost coming back to Orlando as the head coach at UCF. Had the introductory press conference yesterday. Frosty was awesome. He's awesome. I love the move. It's an emotional hire. It's a nostalgic hire. As I wrote in my column, I don't know if it's the best hire, but it just seems like the right hire to me.
It does.
To bring Frosty back home. He even said, listen, it's a different landscape in college football than when I was here before, but he thinks he can get it done. UCF thinks he can get it done. By the way, the Bulldog did get the biggest laugh of the press conference last night.
What did the Bulldog say?
So Terry Mahajer, the AD, he's up there taking questions. So I start to ask him a question, and he goes, you called this. You called that we were going to bring Frost home in your column the other day. He goes, you're Nostradamus. Right? And I go, that would be Nostradamus. Yeah, got a big roar. Anyway. But yeah. What do you guys think of Frost coming home?
I believe the word comfortability comes to mind.
I like it.
What do you mean comfortability?
I think that is a name that all involved are comfortable with.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that he will do better for recruiting than what's his name would have. See how
you know what else he's already doing better at? I was talking to Terry Mahajer last night after the press conference. The donors are already starting to open up their pocketbooks and wallets a little bit more.
Just what I was saying. I'm telling you,
they're excited.
You like how I call our ex-coach, what's his name?
In it for the long haul, Malzahn.
Yeah,
the long haul to Leon County.
Beat it.
Best quote from Frost last night. He was asking about leaving UCF before to go to Nebraska. He goes, when you're climbing the ladder of success, sometimes they don't tell you to stop when you're happy. Well. In other words, he should have stopped when he was happy at UCF before instead of going to Nebraska.
Maybe this could be the beginning of another, incredible run. Let's hope so.
And I know his wife's happy being here, so that's good.
Absolutely. So,
all right. Obviously, plenty to talk about. If you want to join the Bulldog on his show, Open Mic, you'll find him on adjacent to us on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game. We appreciate you taking time out of your show to join us for the sports page here each morning on JRR, brought to you by Kaufman and Lind.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Coppin every Saturday morning, 7:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. You can catch extended versions on your favorite streaming platform. Oh!
Check out the Lynch and Taco Off the Air podcast. New episodes posted every Thursday on the iHeartRadio app. Download it for free at WJRR.com.
From the boat.